What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol BABA for Alibaba Group, of course. On the left-hand side, we are looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. If you're new to the channel, you've never seen this chart before, apologies for the bright colors here, but the yellow lines are going to indicate unfilled gaps that are overhead inside of Alibaba. And of course, these are targets that we use when we start trading up and around those types of zones. In terms of what happened on today's session, I will certainly make you aware that the earnings from ticker symbol JD had a lot to do with the positive sentiment that ultimately turned the stock around on today's session. So please be aware of that if you're trading BABA and maybe not necessarily have JD on your radar. So that's kind of the catalyst. In terms of upside levels and plays here, what we always like to do is just sort of generally gauge the strength of the movement with our Fibonacci. So if we go like this, the first thing we'll do is analyze the opening drive lower, right? So the move to the downside, which originally it did look pretty weak, right? You can see it did reject here at the 38.2 on the first go, that candle wick. Then we turned around and retested the lows, and there was no follow through, right? So after that, we recaptured all of the numbers and closed at the highs. So of course we can flip those Fibonacci's on their head and go from the low all the way up to here. You can clearly see that we never even came into on this pullback, the 38.2, which strikes me as bullish. And of course we closed higher than that up at new highs essentially on the day. So to me, very strong close here inside of Alibaba. And this does potentially put into play the possibility for, and I use this term very lightly, a short squeeze, right? And I say that in light of GameStop and AMC. We're not looking for this thing to go to 300, 400, anything like that. We're simply looking for added buying pressure if we can start to take out key overhead levels. So the first one that needs to hold for any of this to even be in play is, of course, the pullback low at 158.27. After that, if we can start to take out 161.73, which did come from the last video we did here, technical level there. If we can start to take that out, the squeeze is on to the bottom of the gap, and as we get into the gap, we know there's no liquidity in here, so we should move through it with relative ease up towards 172.02. After that, the next gap bottom is at 177.84. You can see that one up here. So again, I'm not calling for this to all happen in one day. I'm not calling for a massive short squeeze. I'm just simply saying that if shorts start covering, they will add to the buying power. But again, it all hinges upon remaining above this 158.27. If we can do that, then watch for this scenario to unfold. If we do not, I would look for a rollover back to the lows, maybe a bump in the road at 155, but ultimately 152 could be back in the cards. If you enjoyed today's video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.